Howdy. I'm so excited that you're in this challenge. So there has been some written material, and this is my first video training. So wahoo! The purpose of this video training is to talk to you about how in the world you choose. Now, some of you might say, I know exactly what I'm going to do for my visibility challenge, for my Wet Your Pants visibility challenge. Some of you might be like, I have no idea what to do. So I figured that I would take this time and just share with you some of the tools I use to help people kind of like know what they know, right? So the goal, remember, for this challenge, it has to be related to visibility. And on this email that you're getting now, there is a criteria, there's a checklist. So gotta be related to visibility. Like for me, I probably literally would wet my pants if I jumped out of an airplane. That would be, but I wouldn't do that for the visit. I wouldn't do that in my life, but that's not going to count for the visibility challenge, right? It's got to be about visibility. So I thought, instead of just choosing something for you, because everybody's at a different place. For some people, doing a Facebook Live is super easy. Some people singing karaoke or doing stand-up comedy is like nothing. For some other people, doing a Facebook Live literally would be a Wet Your Pants challenge. So what we decided is, we're not going to tell you what to do. You're going to get to create what your challenge is, and then we're going to support you around it. So first of all, you should have on Monday gotten the email that had the how to connect to the soul of your business audio. The way I work really is inside out. And so you can't get more inside out than going to the soul of business. We're actually going up in the middle and out that way. So what I asked you to connect to the soul of your business just to see what you got. Did you get something like wonderful and juicy and big? Did you have like, holy crap, my business is supposed to do that? Wait, oh, or did you have like, I knew it. Right? Use that tool. So it's really powerful. Whenever I create a new program, whenever my clients are talking about like, I want to do this next, I want to package this, I say, why don't we talk to the soul of your business? So the way I do the work is we get the connection with the soul, like, okay, this is what is supposed to happen. And then I do the work like, okay, are you aligned with that vision? So that involves clearing and all the kind of the power tools that I have. But it's a nicer way to do it than to sit down, write out a revenue plan for Q3 and map it out. Like, that's important, but I kind of like this other way better. So, all right, today, you've already connected with the soul of your business. Now let's figure out, now from there, you might absolutely know what you're going to do for your challenge. But in case you don't, and in case you just want to learn some new tools, I'm going to give you a few more, okay? So we got the soul. Now imagine, now I play in the world of energy, and that means we have access to everything all the time. So I'm going to call this one, so the soul is number one. Number two is the collective mastermind. So who would you love to have sitting at a circle with you? So I'm just going to make this up. I'm going to ask Tony Robbins. I'm going to have the spirit of Maya Angelou. I'm going to have Oprah, and I'm going to have Richard Branson. And we're all going to sit across, from the table, and I'm going to bring my visibility, or I'm going to bring my business, or I'm going to bring the thing that I most want to do in the world. I'm going to say, Richard, what do you think? And I would listen for what Richard tells me. Oprah. Oh, I know, girl. And I love those shoes too. Right on. Now what should I do? Right? So literally you can just conjure up your collective mastermind, your team, whomever that is. I often bring in Mother Teresa because I like the concept of compassion, right? So I sometimes will tune in, like, what would compassion do here? What would Maya Angelou, what would Nelson Mandela tell me to do here? It's like you get to use the collective minds of anybody living or dead. So that's exercise number 2. Number 3 is you tune in to your future self. So imagine, wait, hold on. Imagine if I take my magic fairy wand, because I have one, I really have one, and I go, poof, you got it. Poof, you're fully formed. Poof, everything you want. So imagine 3 years down the road. This business that isn't really where you want it now is done. The book that isn't written, the products that haven't been created yet, done. So I want you to imagine that you're watching a movie. So you're going to put yourself, now I'm not taking you through visualizations. I'm not breathing and slowing you down. I'm assuming you know how to do that. You don't just go, hey, Maya, what do you want? You have to sit down and just like tune in. So I didn't do that piece of it, but that's the presupposing that you know how to do that, right? So in this one, imagine yourself in a beautiful movie theater. And you get really comfortable and you really tune in and you notice that this curtain is going to open it. And in the film is the future you, 3 years out, the really successful one, the one that has gotten past these visibility blocks, the one that absolutely is rocking, and allow yourself to see on multiple areas financially. How's that person doing financially? How's that person doing with their health and fitness? How's that person doing with their relationships? How's that person doing with their personal and spiritual development? And then notice clients. Notice like a cocktail party with the clients and they're going, I can't believe I got to work with her. You won't believe the changes. And listen to the results. See yourself on the stages. See the books being written. Anything you can see that would concretize what you desire to have in the world. And then you're going to freeze that frame and you're going to say, what would you tell me to do? To get to there, what's the step I need to take now? This is a really powerful exercise. This is called a future self exercise. So you literally tune into the future you that we suppose is already done. Yeah? So what would that you tell you? You can use, again, these are tools you can use anytime. Okay, the fourth one. What would you tell you to do? Like if I would say, if you're in front of me, I'd say, okay, what do you think you should do? And you might be like, I don't know. And I'd say, yeah, you might know. Come on. What do you, now, sometimes you literally might not know. Like you might be newer at this. You might have no clue what to do next. But I really believe in all of us, there's a place that's like, you know, I kind of want to do this. But we mess that up because we're like, oh, I couldn't do that. And then all the little gremlins. Now, here's what you're going to hear from me a lot. And remember, next week, we're going to talk a lot about mindset. I'm going to just blast you with all my good tools. But here's what you need to know. Your brain is not your friend. Say it with me. My brain is not my friend. Because what happens is your brain is literally wired from the caveman days to keep you safe. So it's going to point out all the reasons, all the bad things are going to happen. You can't do that because what would your mother say? And then nobody's going to hire you. And oh my God, if you say that, they're going to think you're freaking crazy. That you, right? And you just go, oh, shh, you're so cute. Shh, quiet. You don't dance with the devil. That's what I say. Okay. So the work is really how to navigate and what I say, not collapse when you start getting those mindset things that are making it really hard, right? So is there something you know that you would like to do? Is there something you know that would be, oh, that'd be such a freaking cool visibility challenge, but la la la, the little voices. So if it just was you and somebody puts a gun to your head and you're like, pony it up, tell me what you want to do. You might know that. So that's another way. Listen to your own wisdom and do not get yourself talked out. Too many of us, especially women, are in the habit of allowing ourselves to be talked out of our knowing. A great thing to know is, how do I know what I know? Like, how do I source what I know? And can I trust what I know? Now, here's another thing I use. You see this little guy? It's a pendulum. I really, really, really believe in the power of muscle testing, and this is called divination. I use this pendulum. So if you're ever one of my clients, we're going to be doing a lot of this, right? So people, almost every single session I have, somebody will say, "Can you check in on that?" And I'll tune in, and I'll just give you an example. So I want to run a next program, right? So I'm thinking of that next program, and I'll say it's optimal to do this. Now the pendulum says yes. Let me think of a different program. Optimal to do that one. The pendulum says no. Okay. Now that supposes that I'm neutral and I'm in alignment and I'm getting my answers from the correct place. So that's another way to know is what's optimal. So a lot of times my clients will say, not sure if I should do this launch now or if I should just wait till after vacation. Now we could use our head, or we could just say, let's check in. Nope. Wait till after vacation. Yeah. So there's wisdom that gets got when you tune into the energy of something. There's Two more. Two more. Yeah. Two more. One is go into energy. Is it heavy or is it light? So when I think of doing the next program that I'm going to be running, when I feel it, it's like, oh, it wants it to come out. It's been like, I've been talking to you for a long time. When are you going to do it? Right? So it's like, oh, the energy that feels really light. Now, if I think about doing the other program, not so good, right? Heavy light. That's a tool from Access Consciousness. Now, just because something could feel light, it could scare the shit out of you. That doesn't matter. As long as there's a lightness. But so I don't care if you're scared. I don't care if like you're wetting your pants. But if it feels like, oh, like let's say you're going to take an improv class, which would be a great visibility. I might do that. That would be a great visibility thing, right? So, oh my gosh, I'm going to sign up for improv. That feels, oh, now I could be scared. That could be like that there, but it could feel as opposed to, ugh. Now, so imagine, okay, visibility, right? Take an improv class or do cold calls. Okay, I don't want you to do anything that feels like, oh God, I would rather get a root canal. That is not, don't ever do anything like that in your business or in your life, okay? So you can try the heavy light exercise. Now, another one is sort of related to the collective mastermind. Back in the day, remember years ago, there was those bracelets that said WWJD, what would Jesus do? So for a while, my clients, it was really funny, it would be like, what would Therese say? WWTS. And they'd be like, I just thought you in my head, and I thought, what would Therese tell me? And they would hear me. So they were borrowing and using the energy that I was bringing. They'd say, oh, well, you told me to do da-da-da-da, and so I did it. It doesn't have to be Therese. It could be a mentor. It could be, Jesus. It could be anybody. But sometimes just using that, like, okay, somebody who sees me as a freaking rock star that I am, maybe I can't see it. What would they tell me to do, right? It's like my friends or my partner that just thinks I am like the God's gift, and they see my talent. What would they tell me to do, right? So this is a combination. There's like bunches of tools here. Try them all. But I want you to try. I want you to, and you can use these. Again, this isn't just like a one and done. I want you to have some tools that you can really work with in your life to make your decisions easier. Now, really quickly, you might get it. You might be like, oh, cool, this is what I'm going to do. Remember, the little gremlins are going to start. We're going to work on that in week 2. But just know there's a lot of forces that are preventing you from actually doing this, knowing what you know. Women, I know there's some men in the group, and I'm glad you're here, men. This is not a female-only group, but there seems to be a preponderance of women. Women for years have been talked out of shining. We have been talked out of stepping up and saying, yeah, like Teresa's in the room, come on. We don't get to do that. Maybe if you're under 40 you do, but anybody over 40, we didn't have that socialization. There are women that are still, we have Senate hearings where the women are still being silenced. They're still being, shh, go back and serve the coffee. Like there's still that silencing. There's still the suppression. There's in the culture we're swimming in, women are still being put down and silenced. So know that you're swimming upstream here. You're swimming against a lot of conditioning and a lot of probably not even your stuff. Like when I work with people, I pick up this guy and say, you're carrying something for somebody. And lots of times it's like the collective. It's like the collective energy of women or collective energy of healers. Anybody that's like a healer, whoo, you got it bad. The collective energy of, if you're here to serve on a soul level, oh, there's so many things you're going to bump into. I guarantee it. So just know that there are reasons that it's hard. You're not lazy. You're not stupid. You're not none of that, right? You're just bumping into some stuff, and I got to show you how to navigate that. So that's the work. So here's what I would love. Friday, you're going to do all these things. On Friday, you're going to get a worksheet that says, okay, here's what I'm doing. Here's my declaration. Here's my challenge. Here's why. Here's what I want out of it. Here's the support I need. ... So by Friday, you will be declaring this challenge. So that's it. I hope you have enjoyed this. Feel free. Remember, Command Central is a Facebook group. So if you're not in a Facebook group, get in a Facebook group because it's all the magic. I literally am in there every day. I will respond to every comment, and you're going to have like a really cool community and get the most of me if you work in the Facebook group. So super, super excited that you're here. Much love, many blessings.